have your blocks ready too. Oh, and the strap. I think we're going to use a strap on our backs tonight when we start. Well, let's start in our seated position. And you know what? If you want to start maybe on your back with your knees to the sky, feet on the floor, sometimes that's really grounding, to ground what we sometimes call the four corners, like the hips, the shoulders. So however you want to start, however you want to drop into this sacred space. Yeah, so if you're on your back, if you're dropping in to the back body on the next inhale, and the exhale, just effortlessly resting into the floor. Notice the stomach and the chest rise. And notice it drop back. Maybe our next inhale, let's just bring our arms above our head if that feels good. You're going to rest the hands together, or maybe you just rest them apart. But as you breathe in your next breath, maybe notice the side bodies. The armpits or the shoulders. Whatever shape you're in, just imagine filling your entire torso and expanding your entire torso with your breath. Now maybe if those knees are facing the sky, bring the soles of the feet together, let the knees drop out to the side. If you want, you can bring a block under each knee, give a little support. Or just let those knees kind of hang out. Now let's fill that torso with air. You can rest the hands on the legs, and maybe it's the stomach and the heart. Dropping in even more. Notice if you're squinting your eyes or if you're resting the face. Try to bring in some effortlessness to the face. I read it called resting bliss face the other day. So we can let go of the other resting face that we might make during the working day, and we can bring in our resting bliss face for our practice. And one more breath in. And let's exhale to bring the feet to the ground, knees to the sky, and maybe bring the knees into the chest. And then rock side to side if you hug those knees in. Maybe you just keep your knees still and your legs still. And again, fill the breath and let the breath go. Filling with breath, letting it go. And filling with breath. On an exhale, let's let the breath go, let those legs be long. Maybe coming into Shavasana. To pause here. Maybe sway those feet side to side if that feels good. Before arriving in some stillness. If you have an intention for this evening's practice, just let your heart space send it to your head space right now. Maybe you don't have an intention. Don't feel like you have to go searching around for an intention. Perhaps it will come as you move and flow. Or perhaps the intention tonight is to not have an intention. So letting go of any effort, letting go of forcing anything, and just allowing tonight. Now from wherever you are, probably in Shavasana still, let's draw the knees into the chest, just for a breath. And then exhale, bring those knees over the hips. And then ankles in line with the knees maybe, and let's drop those knees over to the right, coming off of the mat. Some gentle twists. They're going to get some movement in our spine. The left arm can come behind us, maybe off the mat. Sometimes I like to just rest my hand on the rib cage, on that side of the rib cage, and notice the rise and fall of the breath in the body. Be here for a few breaths, so allow yourself to drop in. Be noticing the breath, feel the low back in this twist. Now the next time you exhale, bring the right hand to the ground, press the hand into the ground, and bring those knees across the body and go directly over to the left side, stacking knees on knees, and allow that spine to twist the other way. Maybe you have goalpost arms. Trying to make a living off field goals is not going to get you anywhere, but you can bring your arms into goalposts. And just breathe. Now one more breath in. You exhale to press the hands down if that's helpful. Draw the knees back over the hips. And now with the legs where they are, find your strap. And if you have a loop in your strap, you can use a loop. If you've got a strap, just two sides hanging loosey-goosey, just bring the strap to the ball of one of your foots, maybe to the right foot, maybe to the left, whichever one. So whichever leg is in that strap, extend the other foot to the ground, or maybe extend that leg long. And let's bring that leg out to the side first. So if it's the right leg, drop it out to the right. And let that strap bring you into some effortlessness. Maybe closing the eyes. And really the strap is kind of doing the work here. So even though we feel a stretch, you don't have to really do anything. Let's breathe in again. And now we can exhale to draw that foot, that leg back into the middle. Let the leg be straight. Now straighten the left leg, or straighten that leg that was just out of the strap. And let's send the strapped foot across the body. So we're going to twist again and allow that strap again to do the work. What I like to do with my strap is I have a big loop. So then I loop my arm into the strap. And that way I'm not holding on for dear life to the strap. It's hooked in my arm. And let that leg drop to the side. Can you breathe into the movement here? If you notice the stretch in a certain area, maybe you want to breathe into that space. Maybe you just want to be. How about we give this one more breath? And then exhale to gently draw that leg back to the middle And now pause with that strap still in that foot. Gently bend the knee, release the strap, and let the leg kind of float. Now we have some effort as we control the float to the ground. Let that right leg come down. Maybe it's your left, but let the leg float down. And now maybe we notice how one leg feels compared to the other. Let the breath go. Now bend that leg that you just had in the strap, so the foot's on the floor, and then bend the opposite leg in so you can put the strap around the foot. Strap that ball of the foot, straighten it out, and we're going to drop it to the side first. So whatever is supportive for you to get that opening out to the side, whether the opposite leg is flat or long. Then we'll breathe here. Gentle stretching and movement. One more breath in. Exhale, draw that leg through the middle, straighten the opposite leg, and then drop this leg. I shouldn't say drop it, but allow it to kind of drop effortlessly to the side, across the body. So here's a gentle twist. Again, that strap is doing the work. And now maybe counting down from 2 to 1. And then exhale to 0 to bring that leg back to the middle. Let's release the strap from that foot. Let the leg come long. So now both legs are maybe long. Maybe we take a good morning stretch or a good afternoon stretch, the arms up overhead. And now when you're ready, let's rise up to Tadasana. Going right from being completely supported on the back body to standing to complete support in the feet. Rising up. And we'll ground down. Maybe lift the eyes up to the heavens and then tilt the chin and bring the eyes down to the earth. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Maybe the gaze follows the thumbs. Exhale, fold it forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, bring that back up. Reach the crown of the head. Maybe come onto the balls of the feet, bend the knees, sweep the hands down. Maybe pass those legs. Come into a chair with those heels lifted. Breathe in and out. Exhale, round, actually not round, but kind of hinge forward. Keep the weight on the balls of the feet, heels lift, coming into a forward fold. When those hands reach the ground or shins, then lower the heels, folding forward. And then inhale, draw that back up again, nice and flat. Exhale, folding forward, Uttanasana. Good, inhale, step it back, plank pose. Here we go. Lifting the hips. Keeping that heart nice and steady. Let's lower down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Let's pause here. And with those legs and hips that we just opened with that strap, let's inhale to lift the right foot up and extend through the toes, extending out of the hip socket. The right foot comes down again. Then lift the left leg up, reach through the hip socket, lower that leg down, and then exhale back to downward facing dog. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Breathe in. Inhale, glance between the hands, step the right foot forward. Let's lower that left hand down or to a block. And then bring the right arm up to sky. Pavrita Parsvakonasana. Breathe in. Now exhale, maybe bring that block. If you don't have it in your practice already, bring a block onto that left hand. Bring it on the highest setting. Let's lift that back leg up, shifting the weight into the left hand and the right leg for revolved half moon. Breathe in. Exhale, gently bend that right knee, lower that left leg down. Here we are, Pavrita Parsvakonasana. Exhale, lower that right hand down. Bring the left hand down. Now bring that right foot back. Come onto the side of that right foot and the right hand. Vashisthasana, side plank. Breathe in and out. Inhale. Exhale, bring that left hand down. Plank pose. Good. Exhale, lower down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Breathe in and out. Reaching those heels to the ground, the chest to the thighs, those knees up to the hip crease. Breathe in. Exhale, let the breath go. Inhale, step that left foot forward. And then frame the foot and bring the right hand down. Maybe bring it onto the block. And then twist that left arm to sky. Pavrita Parsvakonasana. Breathe in and out. Maybe press through that back foot, that ball, that right foot, to really activate that leg. Breathe in. Exhale, bring that left hand down. Now come on to the long edge of the block if that's helpful. Inhale, exhale, bring the left hand to sky. And we're gonna shift the weight forward in the left foot, lift up. And come into your revolved half moon. Pavrita Ardha Chandrasana. Breathe in. And breathe out. One more breath in. Exhale, bring the hand down. Slowly the hips are square to the floor now. Lower that right foot back. Bring the hands down. Bring the left foot back and then come onto the left hand and the side of that left foot. Vashisthasana. Nice job. And your feet can be in any arrangement that's going to allow you to feel balance and strength here. Breathe in. Exhale, bring that right hand down. Here we are, plank pose, Phalakasana. Let's bring our knees that distance apart. Now walk the hands forward just a little bit so they're not under the shoulders anymore. Bend the elbows, lower down the chest and the chin. Then inhale. Let's bring the legs mat distance apart. The chest lifts. Bhujangasana. Exhale to draw the legs in so that cobra feels really natural. So maybe the legs are still mat distance apart. Maybe they're closer. And now let's lift the chest and the heart. And exhale, press up to full cobra. Imagine you had a backpack on. So your shoulders are down, neck is long. And now let's bend the elbows, lower the heart. And exhale, press up, drawing the back muscles to bring the chest up. A little baby or a little cobra push up. And then lower down. Press up or activate that back and lift up. One more time, lower down. Exhale, press up. And now lift the hips up and back, curl the toes under Adho Mukha Svanasana. Nice job. Breathe in and breathe out. Now let's inhale, step the left foot high to the sky. Maybe you stack the hips if you want. And then in your next inhale, bring that foot forward between the hands to put that right heel down. Let's walk our hands over to the long edge of the mat. So the left foot faces forward, the right foot towards the long edge. Our hands are in the middle of the mat. And now walk the hands under the heart. The chest kind of lifts a little. And then let's bring our arms to the side for our Virabhadrasana 2. We'll breathe in and out. Get nice and steady. Maybe visualize how a warrior would be standing if he or she were in your body. And let's inhale, bring the hands above the head and straighten that front leg. Keep that leg straight. Exhale, bring the arms out, short edge to short edge. And now reach that left hand forward and hinge at the waist, Utthita Trikonasana. Nice, breathe in and out. Now exhale, bend that left knee. So maybe that left hand that's on the inside of that leg now rests on top of the thigh. That right hand reaching for sky. Side angle. Partha Konasana. Exhale, let's bring that right hand kind of down towards the foot. The left hand comes to the foot. Plant the hands. Step that left foot back and come into side plank. The left hand touches down. The hips lift. Vashisthasana. Breathe in and out. Exhale, bring the hand down. Plank pose, Palakasana. Exhale, lower down. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Let the breath go. Inhale, step the right foot forward, pivot the left foot down. Ground the feet, walk the hands towards the long edge. When they get to the center, lift the chest by pressing into that front leg, activating that hamstring, and then sweep those arms out. Find nice, finding Virabhadrasana too. Breathe in and out. Ground that left foot behind you, that back straight leg. And then inhale, straighten the leg, hands gather above the head. Keep the legs straight. Exhale, open the arms, glance past those right fingers. And exhale, reach the hand past the right foot, hinge at the waist, Trikonasana. Nice job, breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. Your next out breath, bend that knee, rest the arm maybe on the top of that thigh. Inhale. And now exhale, bring the left hand down towards the right foot. The right hand comes down. Pivot the ball on the left foot. Step the right foot back. Then exhale, come into your side plank on that right side. Arm to sky, good. And breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Next out breath, send that left hand to the floor, plank pose. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathing in and breathing out. One more breath in. Now exhale, kind of send the feet back, but don't come into downward facing dog totally. Just rock it back and then step that right foot between the hands again, pivot the left foot down, and then rise up into Virabhadrasana 2. And then let's flow here because I know you love it so much. So let's inhale, straighten the leg, bring palms together. And then exhale, bend and extend the hands. We'll do this one more time, little dynamic movement. Straighten the leg, palms together. Then exhale, bend. Then your next breath, bring that left hand down, right arm across the sky. Keep that bend in the knee. Maybe feel that heart open. The right ribs reaching kind of up and forward. The right hand reaching up. Breathe in. And now exhale, come into that side angle pose. Maybe the right elbow on the thigh, the left arm to sky just for a breath. And then maybe that left hand comes behind us and the left hand rests on the right thigh in that right hip crease. Breathing in. Maybe we keep that left hand where it is and we extend that right hand down. So the fingertips maybe are towards the ground. And then maybe if you want, bring the hand underneath and then drop the left hand back, finding that bind, if that's in your practice. Breathe in and out. Nice, inhale and exhale. Now your next exhale, gently release the fingers. And then make your way up into Virabhadrasana 2. Maybe notice if your right leg is burning. Feel the burn. And then exhale, straighten the leg, bring palms together above the head. Pivot the right foot towards the long edge. Exhale, arms are out like a star now. Let the breath go. And now bring the hands to the hips, pivot the left foot towards that short edge, bend the knee, Maybe you bring that right foot a little wider, maybe you bring it closer and sink into that Virabhadrasana 2 on the other side. Finding your expression, finding the shape that really feels true to you. And then we'll move into a little bit of a straight leg with palms together. And then we'll exhale. And then one more time. Straighten the leg, palms together. Yeah. Exhale, open wide through the fingers, dropping into the Virabhadrasana 2. And then exhale, the right hand comes down, left arm reaches for the sky. Maybe the right hand doesn't rest on the leg, maybe it hovers. Maybe just notice that you can have a little more active if you hover the hand, or a little less active by resting the hand. And we're in control of that. There's a lot of options in this shape. And now exhale, come all the way through. Maybe that left hand rests on the thigh, the right arm up to sky for a breath. And then if you're ready, if you want, bring that hand behind the back, tuck that hand in that hip crease. Voila. And then another option, if you want, you can straighten that arm, feel it out first, drop the hand towards the earth. See where that elbow is, if it's kind of by that knee, if it's underneath that thigh. And then if it's in your practice, bring that left hand underneath that hamstring. Bring the right hand into that bind. You might need to adjust that right foot or the depth of the bend in the knee. And then when you're ready, gently release the bind first, straighten fingers, and then let the arms kind of open up. And then when you're ready, straighten the leg, bring the arms out like a T, yes, toes towards the long edge. Maybe gather the energy above the head, palms come together. And then we'll fold it forward into a wide-legged forward fold. Your head dangling, kind of like an ornament on a Christmas tree. And now the wider that you bring your feet, the closer your head is going to come to the floor. So maybe you want to see what that's like by bringing the feet super wide. You can point the toes in a little bit or out, depending on how your hips open. Maybe you don't want your head too close to the ground. Maybe you want to just let it dangle and be free. But again, knowing that we can totally control that by the depth or the width of our feet. Now one more breath. And now let's exhale to bend the knees slightly. Kind of lift the head, lifting the back. Let's heel toe our feet together. Let's drop into Malasana or come into a forward fold with the feet hip distance apart. See if you can feel the spine lengthen. If you're in Malasana and you tuck that chin way, way in, or if you're in forward fold, let that head be heavy. Usually we come into Malasana for the back of the legs or the hips. And a lot of times for Uttanasana, it's to open the back of the legs, but we're going to treat it as an opening for our back today. So in Malasana, if you want to access that back, you can kind of press the elbows or the arms into the knees, but tuck that chin and kind of hinge forward, or kind of rock forward, I should say, on the balls of the feet. And bring those hands to the floor, and the arms will be heavy. One more breath. Now let's exhale. So for both in Malasana, lifting the head, lifting the chest, and we'll bring our arms behind us. And let's send our legs in front of us. When we get those legs out in front, let's kind of rest back on our hands. And we can kind of thunder thigh out. You can do it together, or you can do one at a time so it sounds like rain. And maybe you kind of just lightly kind of punch massage the legs, the calves. And then from there, transition into the restorative portion of our class. So if you want to bring a blanket onto your mat, you can do that. I do that just because my floor is cold and I like my mat to be soft and inviting. And our first shape tonight is going to be a forward fold, because forward folds are a really nice way to kind of bring the heart rate and respiratory rate down. So getting all the props that you're going to want for your restorative portion. Maybe bringing socks back into the wardrobe or sweatshirts. Let's get our legs in front with a bolster. Your legs can be close. I have my feet close together. You can also bring your feet wide. Where we're headed is forward fold with our head on the bolster. So you can either rest your forehead here, and if I do this, then I just bring my hands under my knees and my legs and kind of hold my hands. Some people like to rest their hands on the bolster. So you're welcome to do this. If you don't want to rest your forehead on the bolster, then maybe you want to just rest your forehead in more of a fold on kind of the top of the bolster. So up to you. And maybe, just maybe, begin to count an in-breath to 5. And exhale for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. And inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 7. 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 7, 6. And just continuing with your in-breath and your out-breath. Inviting some serenity, stillness, and effortlessness into your evening. And if your head is on the bolster, rock that forehead side to side. And then just really sink in. Letting the head be heavy. Let the low jaw relax. Allowing time to take care of itself by being still. Allowing the body to rest, to renew. One more breath in. And exhale, let it out slowly. Maybe it's all at once. Just let that breath out with intention and awareness. And then when you're ready, gently holding that bolster, lifting the head off the bolster, lifting the head up, shoulders come up. Maybe massage that head or rub that face just a little bit. Yeah. And now let's come on to our backs. And I'm going to show you first a couple options. So maybe watch first before you come down to your back. So one option is a supported bridge, but this might feel a little too active. And so if it's too active for what you want for your night, then I'll show you the other options. So if you want, you bring your bolster underneath. It's actually, since the bolster's bigger, it's kind of underneath the buttermilk biscuits, that low back. So if you want, you can bring your feet mat distance apart and just come into this shape with the bolster. So that's one. The other option is a little less support and to bring a block onto that sacrum and to rest on that block. And if you do this, you can bring your legs out really long, and that's a little more active. You can bring your feet to the ground. And if none of these look appealing at all, then just bring your bolster onto your blocks and then bring those calves onto the bolster. The biggest thing is that our shoulder blades are on the ground. So after our forward fold, we're bringing part of the back to the ground. So it doesn't matter if you're in a supported bridge or if you're in a leg ledge. Just come into what is going to feel good for you. This is your practice. And we'll be here about 5 minutes. So really allow yourself to settle in and let this arrangement of our limbs, of our organs, of our veins, of our arteries, allow this to physically nourish us, but also an energetic, subtle body as well. Yeah. The knees can find rest. The feet find rest. Those feet that they say represent the past, where we've been. Our knees support us in moving forward. So give those guys some rest. Those hips that are such a great residence for fears or worries, give those guys a break. Those shoulders where maybe we store our expectations, let them rest, let everything just let go. And just thank everything for what they do. And let them know that we're here to rest. Notice if you're squinting. And let your eyes unsquint. Letting anything that you can let go of melt away. When you're ready, let's open our eyes. And whether you're on a supported bridge or you're on a little leg ledge, gently come off with the bolster or that leg ledge. Let your back and your legs come flat to the ground. We'll pause here just for a breath or two. Drawing knees into the chest to counter that little bit of the back bend or that little bit of the hamstring opener. And then you can bring feet to the floor and now bring that bolster to that right side of the body. And with that right leg, send the right leg long. And then let's bring that left knee into the chest and then cross it over the body. Bring the left leg to rest on the bolster. Coming into a twist. Maybe that back is on the ground, the shoulder on the ground. Maybe the shoulders are stacked. Just a little twist. Really not feeling anything at all. So wherever you're at, don't really want a sensation. We just want a shape. So see if you can create the shape with as little sensation as possible. Maybe you visualize yourself in the shape. And then begin to create just a little bit of distance from the body and its thoughts and its feelings. Just observe, just for the remainder of class, maybe. Just observing. If a thought comes in, just observe it. If hunger arises, just observe. Oh, that's hunger. Just maybe name it. Just observing. As if it were a movie on the screen. These thoughts, these emotions being projected onto a screen. Just watch them come and go. When you're ready, just observe that body on the floor as it extends the left leg long and moves that bolster over to the left side. The left leg is long. Draw the right leg in and send it across the body over to that bolster, and then find yourself again. Just be the witness. Just be the witness. can remain in your twist for a little more longer. If you want to come into Shavasana now, then just gently make your way onto your back or do whatever variation of Shavasana that lands with you tonight. Knowing that maybe tonight's Shavasana looks different than what it did yesterday or the day before. The needs of our body change, and so can our Shavasana. But the idea is to bring rest and let go of any awareness at all, if that's even possible. Maybe dropping into rest by counting down, not even counting with the breath, but just counting down 1,000, 999, 998. Just letting go. Now perhaps bringing your awareness to your chest. Heart center. Maybe noticing the beating of your heart in your chest. Follow the beat of your heart. See where that heartbeat guides you. And then follow the next heartbeat. And then follow the next. Maybe with your next breath, You drop deeper into connection to God, to Source, to the greater whole. And with each heartbeat, that connection is cultivated and strengthened. It's always there, but that feeling of connection is cultivated and strengthened. And if ever we feel lonely, or if ever we feel despair, perhaps following that heartbeat in our being might give us some solace, some company, some hope. And now when you're ready, you can press up to a seated position, knowing that there's no rush to get there. Maybe you lie on your back for a little longer, you lie on your side for a little longer. When you're ready, let's bring our hands to our hearts. Feel that connection to one another and beyond. Let's exhale and inhale. Exhale. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om. Namaste.